All we're asking for is a negotiation, a discussion. I think we can work it through. I think if Scott Morrison and I were in a room together, we'd be able to say, we disagree on things, we agree on things, but we both agree on offshore processing, so let's agree on a model. Now, we've tried to avoid the sort of old style, we'll put up a proposal and Tony Abbott says no and we'll have a political fight about it. What we're trying to do is simply get in a room and work it through. I don't think it's that scary a prospect to have a meeting and to be able to work it through.
You haven't changed your position on this then? This is just going around, this is going around in circles. Someone's got to eat humble pie and get the ball rolling. Why don't you do that?
And we took the initiative. We started this initiative by the Prime Minister writing last Wednesday to the Leader of the Opposition, a risky thing for her to do, but she took the view that we needed to show leadership, we needed to extend a hand to the opposition and say, let's put aside the politics as usual. I have the authority to negotiate from the Prime Minister and from the National Security Committee of the Cabinet. I have the authority to negotiate with the opposition. We're just asking the opposition to come to the table.
The Greens have come out this morning saying they're keen on a multi-party committee, kind of based on the climate change multi-party committee, to talk through this, since both the major parties aren't making any headway. What do you think about the possibility of going down that path?
Well, the Greens have a fundamental position which opposes offshore processing. I disagree with it completely, but I respect their position. I don't see any point, unless they're indicating they're prepared to talk about offshore processing and proper deterrence. I think, frankly, Bob Brown and Sarah Hanson-Young over the last few days have shown, I think, a naive view to say that offshore processing, when it's properly constructed, is not some form of deterrent, and I don't see that that's going to get us anywhere unless they're prepared to actually talk about offshore processing. We've had 2 tragedies in the last month. This is what's driven our policy. It's what's driven me for 12 months to try and get a proper regional framework up, so we don't have to go through this as a nation anymore, watching these tragedies at sea. That's why we think, and I'll continue to argue, and we will implement offshore processing as an appropriate deterrent for boat travel.
Just finally and very briefly, you'd be willing to talk to Tony Abbott on Christmas Day if
that's what it takes. I mean, I'm happy to have turkey with Tony Abbott on Christmas Day, but first we've got to talk turkey. We've actually got to sit down and talk these issues through.